Sora 2 Pro just dropped inside arcades, and it completely changes how you make UGC ads. You can now import a reference image of a real person or one you create, and the model will actually maintain that exact face across every single video you generate. Your audience won't be able to tell it's not a real creator filming multiple ads for your brand. I've been testing this all week, and I'm not exaggerating when I say the results caught me off guard. I built out 3 completely different product categories using one character, and every video, different setting, different product, different vibe, kept the same face, same style, same feel. It genuinely looks like one person shot all of it. The platform is called Arcades. I left a link down in the description. So up until now, if you wanted a consistent AI character across multiple videos, you had to write these really detailed text prompts and basically just hope the model interpreted them the same way each time. Sometimes it nailed it, sometimes you'd get back a completely different person and have to regenerate over and over until something matched. That whole process is now irrelevant. And for the voice of your character, you can actually prompt the accent, the tonality, and the speed of the voice right in the generation itself. So both the way your character looks and the way they sound are controlled from one place, which means you can go from a reference image to a full UGC ad with a consistent talking person and never leave the platform. I'm gonna build 2 ads from scratch so you can see exactly how this works. One where I create a person from nothing, and one where I use a real person's photo. And by the end of this, you'll understand why this update pretty much makes traditional UGC shoots optional for most brands. Let me start with the created character. Head over to Arcades, start a new project, go to the video tab at the bottom. In the video settings panel on the right side, select Sora 2 Pro as your model. Now the old way to do this was writing out a massive text description: hair color, eye color, build, clothing, skin tone, jewelry, even the way she moves, and then just hoping the model would recreate all of that consistently every time. With this update, you can still write those descriptions if you want to, but you can also generate a character image first and then use that image as your reference for everything going forward, and that's way more reliable. So I'm actually going to generate an image of my character with a detailed prompt: a fit woman in her late 20s, dark brown hair in a low ponytail, warm brown eyes, athletic build, black tank top, small silver necklace. I generate one image of this person, and now I've got a visual reference that's locked in. Now I take that image and add it as a reference along with an image of my product to Nano Banana Pro, and I generate a second image where the same character is already holding the product, in this case a protein powder container, standing in a bright kitchen with natural lighting. Because Nano Banana is using both the images as a reference, the character stays perfectly consistent while the scene and pose update. I take that image and import it as my character reference for the actual product video. Now I'll describe the scene and the action in the prompt. She's in a bright kitchen, holding the product at chest level, scooping powder into a shaker with natural confident energy, and I hit generate. The result came out really clean. She matches the reference image exactly, her movements feel natural, and the product actually looks like it belongs in the scene instead of being pasted in. But the thing that actually matters here is whether this holds up when I generate a second video in a totally different setting. So I ran another one, same character reference, but now she's outdoors, completely different lighting, different product, different action.
Morning, friends. I brought my favorite mat out here because a quiet park like this is one of the best places to start the day. It's got just enough cushioning to be kind to your knees, and the grip keeps me from slipping when the grass is still a little dewy.
The environment changed, the energy changed, but it's unmistakably the same face and the same build. And that's the reference image doing all the heavy lifting, because the model isn't trying to reinterpret a text description differently each time. It's literally looking at the same photo and matching it. So that's a character built entirely from nothing. Now let me show you what happens when you use a real person instead. This is the part of the update that opens up the biggest use case for brands, and it's honestly why I think most people are going to use this. I grabbed a stock photo of a woman who looks completely different from the character we just made. Different face, different hair, different skin tone, everything. Uploaded that photo as my character reference in Sora 2 Pro, wrote a product demonstration prompt, and generated. The output actually looks like this real person filmed a product video. Her facial features, her proportions, her skin tone, it's all pulled directly from that reference photo. It's not loosely inspired by the image. The model locked onto it. So what this means practically is that if you have a brand ambassador, a model, or even a founder who's the face of the company, you can now extend their content library with AI generated footage that genuinely looks like them. You shoot one set of real photos, and from that point on, you've got enough reference material to generate dozens of product videos across different settings and different products and different moods, and you never have to book another shoot for it. And because both approaches, making a character from scratch and using a real person, work through the same reference image system, the workflow from this point forward is exactly the same regardless of which one you went with. But right now, all we've got is silent product footage. These are nice clips, but they're not ads yet. To actually turn them into something you'd run, the character needs to talk, and that's where the talking actors inside Arcades come in. I take a snapshot from one of the Sora 2 Pro videos we generated, head over to talking actors and upload it to train a custom AI actor based on this face. You need to select a voice while your character character is training, but you can still change it later, which is what I'll do. Training takes a couple minutes, and while that's processing, I need to write the actual voiceover script, which is honestly the part where most people completely ruin an otherwise solid AI ad. The mistake is writing the script like it's ad copy. Something like this revolutionary protein powder delivers 25 grams of clean protein with 0 artificial ingredients for maximum muscle recovery. Nobody talks like that in real life. No one has ever recommended something to a friend using the phrase maximum muscle recovery. The reason UGC works is because it sounds like a real person just sharing what they actually use. So here's what I wrote for the protein powder. She's talking about how long she's used it, what she actually likes about it, and who it's for. The duration, the personal routine, the specific complaints about alternatives. That's the kind of detail that makes someone watching actually trust the recommendation. You can write these scripts yourself or have ChatGPT draft them, but either way, just make sure the language sounds like a person talking and not someone reading a teleprompter. Now the talking actor is trained and the script is ready. I select her, paste in the script, pick a voice that matches her energy, something warm and conversational, not overly polished, and then I fine-tune the delivery. Speed at 1.15 so it feels relaxed and not rushed, stability down to 0.4 so there's natural variation in her pitch instead of that flat monotone thing that immediately gives away AI voiceover, similarity at 0.7 and style exaggeration at 0 without it going overboard. I preview it.
I've been using this protein powder for the past 3 months, and honestly, it's become part of my daily routine.
And it sounds genuinely natural. There's warmth in the delivery, the pacing feels human, and you can hear these subtle shifts in emotion between sentences. Once you've got these settings dialed in for a character, every future voiceover keeps that same quality. You just swap the script out, and the voice adapts to match whatever the new content is about, while still sounding like the same person. So now I've got the product demonstration footage from Sora 2 Pro, and the talking head footage from the trained actor, and it's time to actually cut the final ad together. I'm using CapCut for this, but any editor works. The structure is straightforward. You start with the talking actor introducing the product, so the viewer immediately connects with the face and the voice. Then you cut to the Sora 2 Pro clip, showing the product being used so they can actually see it in action, and then back to the talking actor for the final recommendation. Because the talking actor was trained from a snapshot of the Sora 2 Pro video, and both came from the same reference image, the person stays consistent across every single cut.
I've been using this protein powder for the past 3 months, and honestly, it's become part of my daily routine. What I love most is how clean the ingredients are. No weird fillers, no artificial sweeteners, just pure protein that actually tastes good.
The finished protein powder ad genuinely looks like something a real creator would post. The motion is smooth, the voiceover sounds natural, and it has that professional feel without looking overproduced. And the whole thing from reference image to finished ad took under an hour. That's really what makes this update worth paying attention to. The reference image system means you never lose consistency between generations, and the talking actors feature ties everything together into a complete ad. When you need a new product, you just swap the image, adjust the prompt, and generate. Same character, same voice, new ad in a few minutes. If you want to start making AI UGC ads using the new Sora 2 Pro update, I left a link in the description to get started with our CADs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.